must be fair.
Hello, Blokees fans. This is Speedball Harlan today for you guys. I have you new to the channel and new to your Blokees collections. I have for you the Classic S series of Pokemon from Blokees. And yes, this is one of the Blokees' new line of collectible little blind box models. Now, of course, in this case, they're not really blind box because as you can see behind them, all their boxes are labeled, so don't worry. But yes, this is one of their newest lines they're doing. And in fact, there are two lines, in fact, in this setup for Pokemon. And that is for, as I mentioned, the Classic S and the Classic L series. Now, of course, you probably can guess what those two letters mean, but if not, simply put, the S are for small, of course, and L for large, and such like that. And as you can see in front of me, we have a variety of fun fan favorite Pokemon in front of us, which I'm not gonna lie, friends, I was totally surprised. Actually, let me correct myself. Many Blokees fans were completely surprised when they revealed Pokemon releases. That was a big surprise for the fans, and really cool too, because of course you got so many different ones to pick from, and of course so many to hope for in the future. And yes, these are all buildable and so forth, just like other Blokees products. They're easy to assemble, trust me. If you haven't seen my unboxings, in fact, on each of them, please do. But enough of that about that. Let's go into the lineup so you can see who we have. We have, of course, for you, Riolu. We have the fire fan favorite, Charmander. We have everyone's very adorable favorite, Eevee. We have, of course, the mascot of Pokemon himself, Pikachu. And, of course, a certain duck that can't swim, Psyduck. And a well-known but more newer-based Pokemon, Sprigatito. I'm sorry if I mispronounced. But yes, these are the current releases that they have. Now, we don't know yet what the next wave might give us, because as you can see, it's a bit of a variety, because you would think, if they're going with a certain theme, you would notice that with the set we have here, but no, it's a bit of a mixed batch. I mean, we got a starter Pokemon, an evolution-based Pokemon, a fan favorite, of course, Psyduck, Riolu, and of course a new starter. So it's a bit of a mix. I mean, it's really cool though, because that means the next waves we'll get probably be the same thing with other fan favorite ones. I mean, I'm not gonna lie right now, friends, don't be surprised if we see more Eevee evolutions, for example. And I have a funny feeling we might see a number of, well, in this case, favorite starter Pokemon, of course, and such like that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So real quick, let's look into all of them real quick, starting with, of course, Pikachu. As you can see, he connects really well to the base. The details are nice. The plastic's good. The stand piece is really cool to have. I mean, it comes with these little prop pieces, the detailed decal. And if you're wondering how well does the Pokemon sit on it, well, there you go. Yeah, it does wobble, but that's only because it's attached to a special peg adapter here to the leg of Pikachu, and the same for the others as well, except for Psyduck. He's the only one that doesn't have one. So real quick, hold on, let me take Pikachu off his stand so you guys can see his articulation. You can complete turn with his tail. So if you wanted to perform Iron Tail, there you go. His ears are even articulated. That was pretty cool. I like that. Head, of course, is articulated. You can pose any direction you want. Arms are all articulated. Now, of course, they don't have any elbow bends, of course. Well, I mean, that would be one hell of an elbow bend if it could do that right now. I'm not lying. Same with the left, this opposite. And for the legs, you can do that, and pretty much that. There's no, of course, waist, obviously, and such like that for Pikachu. And unfortunately, he can't go on all fours and such. But, I mean, with the poses you can do, I think that's a pretty cool gimmick there. And it's just really cool to see this. I mean, I've always wanted to think about looking into Pokemon models and other such things, but, just certain ones just didn't really go for me that well. I mean, for example, we have, like, the Pokeplus series from Bandai and such, and they're cool, don't get me wrong. But, between prices, decals, and other issues I've heard, it's a mixed thing. I mean, I still think, if you're interested in them, of course, go ahead. But these ones are really fun, too, because they're just adorable, very screen accurate, and you don't have to do much with them, honestly. As you can see, this adapter really doesn't want to come off. There you go. As you can see, for Eevee, tail articulation, all the legs have ball-jointed articulation, so you can pull off some fun poses there, some attack poses, and so forth. Head articulation, and just like Pikachu, has some ear articulation to pull off some of the favorite ear poses for Eevee fans, and such like that. And like for Charmander, I have to say I really like Charmander's in this case because it's got that whole battleground look. I mean, it's got this really cool lava stone look behind him. It's got that really cool lava pad decal, and of course this awesome flame effect. I do like that. I mean, it doesn't actually attach to Charmander, but with the special attachment arm, bracket arm, you can just aim it right like that, and it looks like he's firing right at you. It's really cool, and it's easy movable out of the way and such. And just like the others I just showed you, he too has tail articulation, head articulation, arm articulation, and he actually has more of a leg articulation, as you can see, because he also actually has foot articulation right there. So you can actually, pose them in different ways. And he has mouth articulation. So yeah, you can actually have him bite someone, so to speak. And, this is a really cool clear effect they added for the tail. It really makes it so realistic. I like it. It's just really cool. And then for like Riolu, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was honestly surprised we got Riolu as a just an addition to the line. Not that I don't want Riolu, because of course Riolu is cool. It's just more of a surprise me. I mean, I would have expected maybe like a legendary Pokemon or something like that first. But Riolu is pretty cool too. I mean, as you can see, it comes with these really cool aura effects. I like that, and it comes with this very interesting hand attack, which I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is like the only silly thing I think about this kit, only because when you look at the attack, it looks like Mickey Mouse's glove, like a cartoon glove. It just reminds me of that. I don't know why. That's just what it reminds me of. But it's really cool because, of course, it's supposed to mimic aura effect and other battle effects, so that's cool. And just like the others, sorry, his is a little stiff. Cool. But as you can see, for him, for articulation, just like before, tail articulation complete, no problem. His legs do bend all the way around, no problem, though. Unfortunately, his legs here are on a peg, so they just spin around. Now, of course, you can pull off some really cool, battle kicks and stuff. It's just, I do admit, I really wish there was a little more articulation for the legs to pose a bit better, but it's really not a big deal. It holds up, stands up pretty well. Though, yes, by himself, he will fall, because if I get it, I'm not trying to hold him, but oh, okay, really? The one time I do this and he doesn't fall over, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's still good, though. Arm articulation, ball joint, sorry, that will happen. But other than that, you can definitely pull off some really cool battle poses with him. I sort of wish we had gotten an aura, like sphere effect for him, because it would have been really cool to have posed him like this, throwing an aura sphere at someone. There's that. Head articulation, of course. Ear articulation, actually. Yeah. And yeah, that's about it there. He doesn't have waist, but, I mean, the thighs make up for that, so no biggie. And it's just simply reattaching that back on. And there you go. Plug it back in, and then you got your pose back on. Of course, I'll save you for last. Then there's, of course, our more recent starter Pokemon, Sprigatito, and I'm sorry again if I mispronounce him. I'm always bad at that. But as you can see, it's very anime accurate. The tail can move just like Eevee's. Same like I said with Eevee's, ball jointed legs, so you can pull off some fun Sprigatito poses and such like that. And head articulation is just that, simple and that. But you can definitely say hi. Now, unfortunately, no ear articulation with this one, but I mean, I don't think you really need it for this. And as you can see with the stand piece, Sprigatito comes with, it's a really nice one because it's got, of course, a grass. Ooh, my bad, I thought I put that in right. Yeah, that's the only thing. Make sure you have the legs fully attached to those, or they will fall out. The display piece it comes on is really nice. It's really cool, and of course, grass designed, of course, with the old-fashioned log and this very nice plants on it. It's really cute, of course, and it's really nice to have it. It makes it so realistic. I like that about these. And of course, lastly, we have is Psyduck. Now, as I mentioned before, unlike the rest, Psyduck doesn't actually have a peg or a foot placement to keep it on the stand. That's like the only minor thing, but it's, I mean, for his size, I can understand. So real quick, let's look at the stand real quick. As you can see it, it's of course designed in like that of a lake, river, any kind of area that you would, of course, catch a Psyduck in. It's even got the grass and even rocks to play around with. And yes, as you can clearly see, the giant question mark. Now, of course, if you know Psyduck, well, you'll pretty much get the hint right away why he has that. Now, of course, let's look at our old friend Psyduck. As you can see, he's very detailed and very accurate. I mean, it's definitely anime accurate. I definitely like that. And for articulation, he's got full arm capability, so you can pose those in any way you want, especially for a Psyduck. He has full head articulation, minus bumping into his own arms, as you can see. He does have foot articulation, surprisingly. It's, well, wobbly. Well, just this. But still, he has it. And, of course, you can easily display him in his classic Shylock. Confused look. No tail articulation, of course, but I mean, he doesn't really need that in this case. But yeah, that is that for him. And honestly, it's very cool to see Psyduck get a kid. It's funny in a sense because if you're a Misty fan, of course, you'll love it because it's Psyduck, and it's just just a surprise Pokemon you may not have expected to see. But it's cool to have. I definitely like. So yes, that is it for that. And as you can see, my friends, these are all fun to collect, and of course, cannot wait for the next waves to be announced. Because if you haven't already seen the large wave or the classic L line, you might be very interested in that line because those Pokemon they're using are, of course, bigger units, bigger sizes, more articulation, and so forth. But if you're more to the smaller class of Pokemon and such, like you see here, then the classic S series might be the one you prefer. And of course, we could see many possibilities out of. I mean, we could definitely see a whole collection of starter Pokemon. I can't guarantee it, but I could definitely bet we will be seeing a very good number of starters in every wave, I could at least say. Heck, I'm still hoping we'll see some legendaries, of course, and then just other fan favorites, because I think that's like the main focus for these classics for the Blokees line. Now, of course, I could be wrong. That's just my own theoretical guess. Is that it seems they might be more focused on like fan favorite Pokemons for each series. So I could be wrong too, but if not, it'd be interesting to see. And like I said, I could definitely take a couple guesses to what we could see next. I mean, I could definitely say Eevee evolutions are going to be a good possibility. More starters, like I said, and then just other fan favorite, smaller based Pokemon. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we got like Meowth, Togepi, Axew, other starters and other fan favorite Pokemons like from the anime and such, of course, and just such like that. Now, another question you may ask would be is what about alternatives or returning Pokemon that we have here in other forms, like for example, shiny Pokemon or such, or just other costume variants, I guess you could call it. I mean, shinies are definitely a possibility. I mean, we all know Blockies love doing their exclusive recolor sets. So, I mean, I wouldn't say, shinies are out of the question. Just, I won't. And for example, let's use Pikachu in this example. I wouldn't be like 100% surprised if we saw a couple more Pikachu releases, but based with like, other characteristics. Like, I know this is going to be a silly one, but I'll throw it out there as an example. Like Detective Pikachu. I mean, I could see them just put a hat on this one and just there you go kind of deal, maybe change the face up. But yeah, that'd be just silly. But yeah, you never know. We might. Uh, Heck, we might even see megas and other such evolution and attack variations. I don't know yet because we haven't seen the next wave announcement or anything like that yet. So sorry, I can't tell you. It'd be interesting. Definitely very interested to see that. But yes, that is it, my friends. Before, of course, final thoughts, but quickly, I know many have asked me, what are the sizes of these version of the classic S line? Well, simply put, they are all about 6 centimeters from what I remember. So yeah, they aren't really big. And if you're wondering, I'm borrowing an old friend from the Transformers line, so you guys can literally see how big these Pokemon are to just the standard blind box stuff that we get. So yeah, these are small, but I'd say fun in their ways because I mean, really, they're just so much fun to collect. I could see why I see so many fans collecting these with ease, and honestly, for the price, I can't really complain. I'm not going to because I mean, these were like all $5, $6 each in a sense. So I can't say that's not a good deal. I mean, you get a stand, accessories, fully articulated Pokemon, and of course, a variety to pick from. So yeah, I could definitely recommend these with no problem. I mean, I hope you do check them out because then we'll see many more down the road. And of course, I can't say when, but I will, of course, be getting the classic L series soon enough so you guys can see, comparison wise with these to them as soon as I can get them. All right, that is all for today, my friends. I thank you always for coming. I hope you're all enjoying your hobby, and I will catch you all later.